Learning about phylogenetic trees can be a little overwhelming. There are a lot of pieces and a lot of information to integrate into each tree. So one of the links that I've included with this module is an online activity about building a tree. Okay? I'm going to show you how it works, and it's a really great way to kind of wrap your head around what's really going on in a tree in a different way even than the simple activity that I've given you as a worksheet, which is with this module as well. So if you go to that link, you'll find a variety of these activities that have you start with a group of species, okay, and a list of characteristics, and you can get more information on each species with this little magnifying glass. So for example, I can get more information on the chicken, right? And the characteristics here on the side are going to correspond with other characteristics that we actually have to place on the tree. So here I can click through and view characteristics with each individual species. So Archaeopteryx did have feathers and it did have a wishbone. And we do have some additional information here in the text. So it's considered a transitional species between reptiles, including the dinosaurs, and birds. So we have some information here about the relationship already, that it has some bird-like features, including feathers, but it also had other features that are more reptilian. Okay? So you would go through each of these, looking at these different species comparisons, whatever you would like. There's a lot of really great information in there, and then start building your tree. Okay? Now, depending on the organisms on a particular tree, you may be able to start it off without looking at any additional information. For example, I know that chickens, so modern birds, and the particular group of dinosaurs that have this body shape are more closely related to one another. So as I add them to the page, they're going to start linking together and forming a phylogenetic tree. The dots here at the top indicate the number of different characteristics, homologies, that are going to be on the tree for that species. Okay? Once I've dragged them onto the tree, I then have the ability to add characteristics. Okay? So I'm going to add feathers over here with the chicken. Alright, let's also add our ostriches into the mix, since I know they have feathers. Let's see, we have T-Rex. I'm not quite sure where to put T-Rex yet. I'm going to put it off here to the side. Right now, T-Rex I have as the basal group. And we have Archaeopteryx with the wings and some feathers. Alright, let's see what other characteristics we have. See what I remember. We have the wishbone that was mentioned on Archaeopteryx, a toothless beak. We might have something wrong here. Toothless beak, I think, goes here. Two-fingered hand. Okay, I think I know what's going on. Okay, so see here, I have characteristics that I'm not sure about, so I can move the species around. I can also add our magnifying glass and go ahead and take a look. So Tyrannosaurus rex does have the two-fingered hand, and our Albertosaurus also have two-fingered hand. Okay, so that was a piece of information that I had to find, and now I can move it over here by T-Rex at a different place along the tree. So one thing you may have noticed as we were adding species to the tree is that these different dots at the top are popping up, indicating basically right or wrong whether you have the different characteristics that you need for that species. Somehow we've accumulated different characteristics that add up to being a chicken, right or wrong, but we're definitely missing some for these others. Okay, so I think what we actually are missing is thinking all of them might have two-fingered hand. Let's take a look. Nope. Okay, so you get the idea for how the game is played, so to speak, and you're manipulating the relationships between the different organisms in order to match up the traits with the characteristics that relate them together. So one of the nice things about this visualization is actually these dots. Remember, each of those dots is right before a node and representing a homologous trait for that group. So, toothless beak, for example, chickens and ostriches, and that one is in the correct place. Shafted feathers, however, is not. Hopefully this will help you learn about some really cool species in Earth's history, as well as about how to use phylogenetic trees.